Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're going to take a look at the MiiCoffee Apex. This is an espresso machine that is really creating a lot of waves right now in the espresso community. And so we're going to take a look at it today, take a look at the quality, at the features that it offers, and ask ourselves the question, is this something for you guys? As a short disclaimer, I did get this machine sent to me by Luke over there at MiiCoffee. These are, however, my original thoughts, and if you did see my first video, I took this machine apart to see what's inside. Is it dual boiler, yes or no? How does it work? How are the components in there? And so what we did see is that we got a nice stainless steel boiler here in the front. We saw that we got a separate thermoblock for the steaming, and that the components inside look really good, really robust. And this is it's a heavy machine. So far, so good. So I think the reason that this machine is really creating a lot of waves in the espresso community is because of the features that it offers at its price. So you do have the dual heating system, and that is great. You can go directly from milk steaming to your espresso extraction. That is the great thing. You may only have one pump, so you can't do both at the same time, but you don't have to wait to go from steam mode and cool the boiler down to go into your espresso mode, or vice versa. And that is the first really excellent benefit of this machine. Secondly, there's something really interesting about this machine. It doesn't have an overpressure valve. It has no OPV, and that's something pretty unusual. Instead, the pressure is really regulated more through the flow. So there is a set screw down here on the side, and you can adjust that from the outside. And that set screw allows you to adjust the flow as you want. Currently, I've got it set to let out 5 milliliters per second. And what that gives me is a really kind of gentle extraction. You'll see the pressure really just kind of gently ramp up, reach its maximum, stay there, and then at the very end slowly come down a little bit as the puck starts to deteriorate. And so what that offers you is a really kind of, in my opinion, gentle, good, well-rounded extraction. Of course, you've also got a PID on this machine, something a lot of people want. So I've got it set for 96 degrees currently. And besides the PID, it's also got a pre-infusion. So you can set the pre-infusion pause. I've got that set for 3 seconds. And you can also set the length of the pre-infusion you want in the beginning. I got that set for 7 seconds right now. There's only 3 buttons that you've got here on the control panel. You've got your power button, you've got your manual extraction. That one, by the way, does not start the pre-infusion. And this is the automatic button. This one does start the pre-infusion shot. And you can set this also for a certain time. Right now I've got it set for 40 seconds, and I weigh my shots, so then whenever I reach my 2-to-1 ratio or 2.5-to-1 ratio, whatever I'm aiming for, then I just stop the shot right there. Let's take a quick look at the machine. How does it look? This is the front panel here, and it's robust. It is a really robust machine made out of all metal, stainless steel. Here is the one side with the steam wand. This is the other side of the machine. Let's take a look at the water tank real quick. That is the water tank right there. No sensor on there, by the way.
Getting value from this video? Please take a moment to like and subscribe.
Now, a lot of people are going to compare this machine to the Gaggia Classic Pro because they are in a similar price range. And I've got to say that this one offers a ton more features than does the Gaggia Classic Pro. They both have 58 millimeter brew groups, but this one has got a much larger boiler. I don't know how big it is, but I'm guessing it's 250 or 300 milliliters, whereas the Gaggia Classic Pro is just 120 milliliters. This has the separate thermoblock for steaming, so you are not having to, ramp up or ramp down your temperature. It's got a really cool light down here, which I think is awesome, so you can see your shot. It's got, in my opinion, a much nicer steam one. This one articulates all around and in general provides easier steam to be able to texture your milk. So that's nice. And of course, it's got this PID in there. It's also got nice cup clearance here. So this machine really blows the Gaggia Classic Pro out of the water for me. It's not even a question. The only difference, of course, is origin, right? This comes from, in this case, MiiCoffee, or you'll see them listed under Turin, or else I think under Gemalia. So you will see this under different origins. It has a different heritage than does the Gaggia Classic Pro. Of course, everybody knows the Gaggia is an Italian machine, and it's a nice company, but this machine, if you're just looking at the features and the quality of the build, it's very good. So I would say next, let's just pull an espresso. Let's make a cappuccino and just see how it works. What kind of sounds does it make, and how are the haptics and so on. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to the demo portion of the video. How is this machine to use? Let's just go ahead and make an espresso first with the included portafilter here, the dual spout. And I'm gonna use my trusty Libra here to measure us out some espresso. Alrighty. Go ahead and do just a little bit of WDT, and while we're at it, then we're gonna measure the shot. I'm gonna put it into a cappuccino cup right away. And the reason is because through this spouted portafilter, I don't have enough cup space to put the scale as well otherwise. So let's go ahead and do that. Get loaded up here. Put my scale on there, get my cup. Oh, okay, that barely fits. So yeah, this cup unfortunately wouldn't fit under there at all, and therefore I have to use this, but that's fine. We'll just make a cappuccino next, but let's go ahead and start our extraction. Looking pretty tasty. 15 grams, 25, and 35. Excellent, in 24 seconds. So that's our shot right there. And well, if you can see it, that's a nice golden brown color. Now what we're gonna do next is make ourselves a cappuccino. Let me taste this first and see how it is. Wow, very chocolatey. A hint of almond in there too. I know these beans, they are delicious, and it does a really nice job with the extraction. I have also run some PID tests, and I will show that in a little bit as well, so you can see how stable the extractions are. But let's move on and steam some milk. Now, there is one thing that I like to do, and that is when I'm steaming milk with a machine, I like to see how much water does it add to the milk while steaming. So we're gonna tear out our scale and let's see how much water this adds. Okay, purged. One thing I particularly like about this machine is that it's got a shot counter on here. So as you saw before, our shot was 24 seconds, but it also is a timer for when you're steaming. So that once you know about the time you need to get to your desired temperature, then you can just shoot for that next time, and that's really convenient feedback to have. Starting to get pretty hot. Oh, there goes my phone, dang it. Okay, and how much water did we add? 42 grams. Let's do a little swirly, swirly, swirly. Swirly, swirly, swirly. And pour ourselves a cappuccino. There we go. My milk got just a little bit thick on me at the end there, but still you can see it is a very nice, creamy, delicious texture. Let's just give that a taste. Very good cappuccino, because you can do a really nice job steaming. Let's clean that tip. Okay. Okay, But now it's time to have some fun. Let's take a look at what a bottomless extraction looks like with this machine. And this is just a standard 58mm portafilter. This one is from Neuza, and yeah, works great. So let's go ahead and do that one time. And this time, I'm gonna show you guys how it does with the pre-infusion. Alrighty. Excellent. So here we go. Let us see what a bottomless extraction looks like with the pre-infusion. So I've got it set for 7 seconds to start the extraction, 3-second pause. So for that one, we've got to take the bottom button to start the extraction with the pre-infusion. All right, there we go, 35 grams in a 30-second shot, including the pre-infusion. Now I would say well, it looks pretty delicious. Whole lot of crema, and let's compare this. Let's do another shot, but without the pre-infusion and see how that looks. Here we go. This shot, all the same parameters except no pre-infusion. That looks delightful. And 35 grams right there. All right, so here we go. We got our shot with the pre-infusion, the shot without the pre-infusion. Let's see if I can taste the difference. Very well-rounded shot, balanced shot. Notes of chocolate, no astringency. Just a tiny bit of almond, maybe a very slight amount of sweetness in that shot. It's a good shot, for sure. Let's try this one. I feel like this shot has got certainly more chocolatiness to it. It's more of an intense chocolate. It's also a nice balanced shot with sweetness at the end. I think this is the tastier shot of the two for me. It's also the prettier looking shot, to be honest. But they're both very good. And the nice thing with this machine is you can experiment as much as you want. Experiment here with the different temperatures that you're using for your particular bean. For example, I've also tried this up closer to 100. And there is an offset there, of course. It's not exiting here at 96. It's exiting probably more like 92, 91. And if you set it for 100, it's probably exiting close to 95 or so. But I've tried it with some lighter roast beans. And it's nice to be able to lift the temperature up, and you're going to have a nice steady temperature. And that's just the nice thing about this machine. You can also play with your flow profiles here by adjusting your flow rate per second, and you can adjust the pre-infusion parameters, and that is just something super duper nice with this machine. There's a lot to play with, and the fact that you can go from steaming directly to extracting is perfect. I want to give you an example of doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and make a cappuccino just so you can see what that workflow is like. We'll get another cup. So as I mentioned, this is really one of my absolute favorite features about this machine. It's the fact that you can go directly from steaming to extracting. Let's have a look. Got my puck ready. It's going to sit in the machine now for a little bit. But in my opinion, it's okay. So let's go ahead and steam. And then when we're done steaming, we're going to start extracting. Again, this machine gives you really nice vortex. The power is good enough. It's not super duper fast. Probably about 45 seconds or so that I need to warm up 200 milliliters of milk. It's about the same as most other machines that I've used, but it's enough power to get a vortex going real good, as you can see here. Okay, it's starting to get already pretty hot. Shut it off. And I can already start my shot. No cooling down. of the boiler to do your espresso, and so you can start polishing your milk. Isn't that nice? And once you reach your desired amount, I'll stop it right there. 32 grams. Polish, 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 polish. Pour it right in. And there you got your cappuccino. Again, not the king at latte art, but I can make a really nice textured milk with this machine. And that is the main point. Really nice textured milk is what you need to make a delightful cappuccino. And of course, a nice extraction like this one here. You can see it's a very nice, deep, dark brown there, mixed with the milk. Let's give it a taste. Oh, that one's delightful. Very good. Nice, intense cappuccino. Alrighty, at this point in the video, we've tested out the machine. We've made a cappuccino, we've made an espresso with the pre-infusion, we've made an espresso without the pre-infusion, and I've showed you the workflow in going directly from milk steaming to making an extraction and making a cappuccino. What I'd like to show you now is a little clip of the temperature stability of this machine and the PID involved. Okay, 17.5 grams of coffee in. We got the PID set at 100. We got the flow set at 5 milliliters per second. Let's go. $15 milliliters. 30, cut it off at 35. Bam. So pretty steady temperature, right around 93, 94, with a slight increase upwards. Alright guys, I hope that this video was helpful for you. If so, give it a like. If you thought it sucked, give it a dislike. Whatever the case, until next time, happy coffee drinking and happy espresso drinking. Bye now.